I think it's fair to say, and you correct me if I'm wrong, it's been maybe a little bit of an up and down year for you.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and but I go back to earlier in the year when you we had a huge game early on, and what was that like for you? What was that day like for you?
It was pretty cool, honestly. I mean, I've never scored that many points in a basketball game before, and it was just really exciting that my teammates recognized, that I was heating up a little bit, and they kept getting me the ball. Everyone kept encouraging me, so that was probably my favorite part, is that my teammates just wanted me to keep scoring. Like, that was cool.
Was that 30 points? I can't remember. How many points was it?
I think it was 21.
21?
21, yeah.
Okay, all right, so 21 points, and it was against whom?
Truman State.
Truman State, right. That was early in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you'd never scored that many points in a game before, even though in high school, weren't you kind of a shooting guard?
Yeah, in high school, I think my high was like 19 or something with like 5 threes, but I never got above 20, so that was kind of a milestone for me, I guess.
Well, but I watched you in the gym for even the last couple of years, working during the summers, during the anytime we had off, and you work on your ball handling and you're shooting a great deal. Can you give us an idea how much time you spent trying to develop your skills?
A lot, especially this past summer. I don't know if you know who Tom O'Brien is, Coach O'Brien.
Yeah.
I was in the gym with him every single day. I'd work out with him at 6 or 7 a.m. for about an hour, and then I'd go in the gym and I'd do Insanity. Have you ever heard of that? It's like a 30-minute workout video. I'd do that with Coach Williams, the boys coach. So that was like what I did basically every day in the summer, and then, I mean, that's just how I got to be where I am this year, because I've never really shot as well as I have this year, and I think I owe that to Coach O'Brien and just all the hours that I've been in the gym with him, and he's just really helped me out for sure, like the last off season.
Our guest is junior guard Hayden Butler, and the big game early in the year against Truman, but then on Thursday night, a pretty solid game against Indianapolis. It wasn't just your shooting. I think you had 9 Thursday night, 9 points, but the way you handled the ball, and you had to against pretty good half-court defense.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with Ryan out, I knew I had to step up and handle the ball and just take care of it, not get in foul trouble. Especially with Maddie playing so many minutes, I knew that I had to take care of the ball and take a little bit of pressure off of her for sure.
Yeah. Well, we talked a little bit about your transition last time we had an interview about your transition from shooting guard to point guard more in college. And now you've had another year to think about it. What's the position change been like?
It really hasn't been bad. I would consider myself a true point guard, but I didn't really play it that much in high school. I played a lot in AAU, and then this year I've been playing both, whatever she thinks is best. So I don't think it's been that hard, because I really don't see I see myself as a true point guard, I would say.
Hayden Butler is our guest. It's halftime here at St. Joseph's. You come into this school and play in this long road trip. Indianapolis and St. Joseph's, arguably one of our longer trips we've ever taken.
Yeah.
And especially staying outside of town and driving back and forth a little bit here on Saturday.
Yeah.
But what is life like on the road for you personally?
It's not bad. It's a lot of fun, You're with your friends, and you just get to have a good time. You get to play the game you love. You got to study a little bit here and there. You get some free food. So I really don't think it's too bad. The bus drive is not really that fun. It's kind of long. It's kind of crowded, but we make the best of it.
Yeah, you guys entertain yourselves by playing Heads Up, 7 Up? Is that what you guys play?
Yeah, we play this game on the iPad called Heads Up, and you have this thing that you have to, the person has the iPad, and everyone else has to, give them clues, and you have to guess what it is. So we play that. We play cards. I don't know, we just mess around.
Yeah, well, and you guys do have a good time, and I think from what everybody else has said, it's a very close group this year.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
But on the other hand, you guys are running out of games here, and for some, Maddie and Chris Keys, their senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a team that is very close, and when you spend time on the road, you talked about studying, and that would think you have to be pretty disciplined to get that done.
Yeah, especially because there's so much going on. You don't want to miss out on anything, but sometimes you just gotta say no, and you gotta do your schoolwork.
Yeah.
It's not fun, but you gotta do it.
Hayden Butler is our guest. What is your major, and are you on track to graduate?
My major is business, but my minor is coaching and performance enhancement, and I want to be a college basketball coach.
Okay.
So business kind of backup. But, yes, I am on track to graduate.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about college basketball coaching. Are you, obviously everybody in this realm, they're around college basketball a lot, but do you look at it a little bit differently, knowing that in the future you want to be a coach?
Yeah, I do. I think I, see things a little bit more from the inside, kind of boring stuff, like budget and stuff like that. I kind of think about that more.
There's the business aspect.
Yeah, for sure. And just recruiting and kind of, I don't know. I don't really think I look at the games, I approach the games any differently, but there's just some things I'm like, oh, I wonder how this works, or, stuff like that. But I'm actually, this semester, I'm doing an internship with Coach Sleminski. So we're going to get into a little bit of the details and, the work you don't really see from the player perspective. So that's going to be very exciting for me, I think.
Well, just like on a trip like this, the hotels, the buses, there were a lot of things that had to go. Getting meals for, what do we have, 45 people or whatever it is. So.
Yeah, so she's actually giving me a little bit of responsibility. I've actually been handling, picking the rooms for the trips. So I just, say who's rooming together, send it to her. That way she doesn't have to do it. I know it's very, very minor, but at least it's a little bit of something.
Hayden Butler is our guest here. It's halftime at St. Joseph's. When you talk about college coaching, do you have a particular level in mind? Do you want to be a D1 coach, for instance, something like that?
I'm not sure. I would like to maybe get a grad assistant position at a D2 school, and then work. I just see what happens from there. I don't really know what the future holds. So.
Right. Why do you, outside of your ongoing professional aspects, but why do you put in all the work? You talked about those 6 a.m. days and the insanities and all of that kind of stuff. What do you get out of being a student athlete?
You get a lot out of it. just the experience, the fact that you can say, I played basketball in college and I got to play with my best friends. And I think that part of that, why you need to work so hard is because you are playing with your friends. Everything you do is for your team. So when I get up at 6 a.m., I'm not working for myself. I'm working for my team. I'm working for my best friends, So then, when we get to here and I'm open, I can knock down the three-point shot.
Yeah, well said. That's very good. That's about as succinct as you could be. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. I know we're closing in on a playoff berth here, and this is a big game today, so appreciate you taking the time beforehand.
Thank you very much.
Hayden Butler has been our guest on the HyVee Halftime Report, and we'll be back with more from St. Joe's after this.